Indian markets, there seems to be a global relief that has now been witnessed, and Sensex is now up by 666 points. Nifty is also up by 170 points. So we are looking at, as far as when it comes to this recovery phase is concerned, global markets, Asian markets seems to be opening in the green. As far as the bloodbath that has been witnessed in the last few days, we are looking at, even when it comes to the rupee, a slow recovery. However, when it comes to the lowest record that was witnessed of 92.30 mark, but as the global tensions now seem to ease up, what we are looking at as far as when it comes to the statement mainly that has come in from President Trump saying that the war may end soon. So over the statement, we are already looking at the impact on the Asian markets as we got you. But right now, as the markets open, we are getting you the details as far as the Sensex, which is now up and plus 809.57. And as far as Nifty is also now concerned, it is also up by 170 points. So a recovery phase in the Indian markets as well, Hina?
Absolutely. You know, as far as stock markets are concerned, they move pretty much on sentiment. Yesterday, the sentiment was very weak, and that's why we saw a very sharp cut in Sensex as well as Nifty. Remember, Sensex was down about 2,400 odd points. Today, there is a bit of breather on Dalal Street as well. As we speak, Sensex has regained the 78,000 mark. Right now, it's up about 493 odd points. If you talk about Nifty right now, Nifty is also looking very comfortable above 24,000 mark. It has regained that crucial level. It's currently they're trading at 24,174 with a gain of about 146 points. So clearly, like we were discussing earlier, the positive sentiment that we are seeing in the Asian markets is also being reflected in the Indian markets, and it's all because of US President Donald Trump and his indication. It's day 11 of the war. Earlier, like I said, he was saying that it could go on for about 4 to 5 weeks. If it would have continued, it would have actually led to a lot of chaos, in oil importing countries, which we've already started seeing happening in India. For example, there are several restaurants. Also, they are talking about not enough availability of LPG cylinders, etc. So this would have led to a big crisis. So right now, with indications coming in that the war could end soon, we are seeing a sense of relief in the stock markets. But again, it'll all depend on whether what he has said actually translates into real action or not.
Right. But Hina, when we speak of investors, have they been now urging calm amid the global market turbulence? Because is there, a strong domestic fundamentals that the Indian markets follow that will actually help Indian investors to navigate the current volatility?
See, the point is there are two aspects here. One, our markets do get impacted if globally things are going south. And if geopolitical situation is how it is right now, if it continues like this, then we cannot remain isolated. Then we also have an impact, because eventually, if the war continues in Iran for a very long time, it will have an impact on our economy. Right now, India is the fastest growing economy in the world. Our inflation has remained under control and things are looking good. But if the war continues, then our oil import bill will go up, our inflation will go up. As a result, our economic growth is going to go down. So if all of that happens, it's not great, really for our economy. And that's the reason we are seeing this impact. Apart from that, our markets mirror what happens elsewhere also, because it's a connected world that we are talking about, and it's an uncertain time that we are living in. So even if our fundamentals remain strong, external factors do have an impact on our market.
So Indian equity benchmarks attempting to recover, tracking a rebound in global markets and a sharp retreat in crude oil prices. And this is coming in on the statement that was made by President Trump while he was addressing a briefing in Florida, where he hinted at the possibility of the Middle Eastern war coming to an end soon.
They were going to take over the Middle East and they were going to try and destroy Israel. So we stopped it with good timing, and we're very proud to be involved in this, and it's going to be ended soon. And if it starts up again, they'll be hit even harder.
On Iran, you called it an excursion. You said it would be over soon. Are you thinking this week it will be over?
No,
You're talking
but soon.
About days?
I think soon.
Okay, and with respect
very soon.
Very soon. That's what he has said, and that seems to be the impact that global markets also now seem to be feeling as far as the volatility that is linked to the ongoing Middle Eastern conflict. However, is likely to keep the investors cautious. But Hina, again, there is no timeline. There is no exact concern that has been raised by President Trump, because as far as his statements are concerned, they continue to change every passing day.
Absolutely. There have been a lot of flip-flops, U-turns in his statements, in the objective of U.S. and Israel attacking Iran also. So going by what we have seen over the last few days, we can't really fully trust whether Mr. Trump is very serious about ending the war very soon, because in the same breath, Amita, if you notice, then he also mentioned that, Iran could even be hit very hard. So, Iran doesn't seem to be in a mood to surrender. U.S. President has asked Iran for a complete surrender. That doesn't seem to be really happening. So, the times continue to remain uncertain, and that's the reason why, if you see the response in the stock markets that we are seeing right now, it's not over exuberance that we are talking about. For example, if Kospi and Nikkei are seeing a gain of about 3 or 5%, in India, the gain is less than 1%. So the investors
are let's put out the figures once again. Hina, just interrupting you because we're running out of time. But the BSE Sensex index settling at 78,376 in the pre-open session, higher by 809.5 points or by 1.04%. On the NSE, Nifty 50 ended at 24,281, rising 253 points or 1.05%. So the markets there in the phase of recovery as we are looking at the statement that is coming from President Trump. We'll be getting you more updates back after a short break.